Good morning, English 12. I hope you had a fantastic week and weekend, and I hope you also took full advantage of catch-up week. Yes, you are welcome. I hope that you submitted work if you had late work or incomplete work in units 1, 2, and 3, and are ready for our last push. If you can even believe it, not only is it November, and daylight savings, but it's also our last unit of this semester. And hopefully by today you have obtained one of these three books in one format or another. A library, borrowed it from your mom or dad or older brother and sister, or have it on your Nook. If you have this book on hold at the library, you need to walk away from that hold. You will, if you are, 50 on 52 list, you need it now. So that's really not an option. If you have this book, if you have a book on hold, you need to find it in a different format. We're starting to read this week, and it's not a valid excuse to say that it's on hold at the library. Find a different library system. Find your school. Go to your brick and mortar school if you attend a different school. Be resourceful. If you cannot find your book, message me and I will help you problem solve getting a book. Do you get the theme here? You need your book today because we are starting Unit 4, Science Fiction. And you can see here is our schedule for the very last of this year. So clicking on Session 1, Session Plan. This unit is by far one of my favorite ones in the whole course. Science fiction is an amazing genre, and it's not all spaceship and lightsabers. It's actually a warning about where our society could end up. I have a lot of students who think they don't like science fiction until they read some science fiction. So authors want you to change in order to avoid the fate that they show in their book. So think of that as you are reading, okay? Don't forget, help sessions are on Wednesdays at 11 o'clock. You can click on this link actually right there to attend. Depending on where the location is this week, I'll actually be on Tuesday at the student help session, work session in the Ed Center. So if you need extra help, I will be at the work session from 1 to 3 o'clock this coming Tuesday. If you need help, that's the place to go. So here is our assignments this week. Here are our assignments this week. Because you are just starting out on the book, it's a pretty low-key week. The biggest thing is for you to get your novel before you can really do anything else. So click Next in the upper right-hand corner. And here are the essential questions that we'll be tackling in this session. Here in the next few slides, you're going to be talking about what science fiction is and keys to understanding science fiction. Here you will select that novel, which hopefully you already have. And then finally, you are going to declare your choice. You are going to start your discussion on one of the 4 discussion boards. Again, you are only choosing one novel, so you are only involved in one discussion board. If you're reading 1984, then pick the 1984 discussion board. If you are reading Fahrenheit 451, then choose that discussion board. Do not discuss in all of them, just the one that you are reading. Here is the schedule for your reading. All the novels obviously have different amounts of pages in them, but they're all pretty close. So what you need to do is divide each of the sections of your book into the due dates, pages read, and the pages that you'll be on. And here's an example of that chart above. I'll change these due dates when I just noticed those due dates are wrong. But so what you'll do is divide by 4 your novel. So you know each week how many pages you need to read. And then what I would recommend doing is do that on a piece of paper that you can use as a bookmark. Well, I guess if you're reading an actual book and not a Nook. If you are reading a Nook or from some type of Nook, do it on a post-note and put it on your Nook so that you have that as reference every week. Cross it off as we go. So now you're going to start reading. So as you are reading the first part of the book, refer to this chart from the last slide. And then also, as you're reading, consider these elements: main characters, setting, and conflict. Click on these for a quick review because you're going to be expected to use these terms in this week's Reader Response Journal. So this is the final assignment for this week. You're going to have the discussion and then the Reader Response Journal. A Reader Response Journal, you've already written one of these in Unit 2. Remember when you did your Reader Response Theory? This is the same thing. You just did it a couple of units ago. So the requirements of this Reader Response Journal is it has to be a minimum of 1 page. It is not a summary. Again, it is not a summary. It should reflect critically on the content of the book. And it contains information about the entire 1/4 of the book that you are reading that week. Okay? Also, this journal should use at least one of the 4 terms from this week: protagonist, antagonist, setting, or conflict. Okay? So again, I want to emphasize, you guys did a fantastic job with this in Unit 2. I expect the same. This is not a summary. This is a reflection and an analysis. Okay? I've already read the book, so I don't need a summary. I want to know what you think about the reading. Okay? So down here is an exemplar of a Reader Response Journal. Here are some prompts and rubric. So if you pull this up, this is just a great reference of different prompts that you can use to start a paragraph in your reader response. And you've seen these before. I was surprised when, I was confused when, I would like to know more about. Any of these you could answer one of these in a paragraph. If you answer 3 to 4 of these prompts in your reader response, then that would fulfill the minimum of a 1-page response. Remember to include plenty of detail, examples, quotes from the novel that you are reading. And I'll also be posting a reader response video here for you to watch as a reminder on how to write a reader response. And then you submit it here, and then you are done. Okay? If you have any questions about anything this week, please let me know. Thanks.